Whiteboard wellness. So wellness, obviously a big buzzword. Everybody's talking about it. But I'm going to talk for just a couple of reasons in 5 minutes why every company needs a strategy, where the fancy wellness 2.0 and all the money you can spend might not necessarily be the best strategy. And then how you can go about implementing a real wellness program. So obviously, why wellness? You hear about it all the time, but some cool statistics. For every 100 employees that you have, 4 of those generate the top 50% of your healthcare costs. Always share that. 33 of those 100 have high blood pressure, 11 are diabetic, 68 are overweight. Obesity specifically. Actually, watch this. So in recorded U.S. history through 1997, there was not a single state with over 20% obesity. At this point, by 2010, every state in the United States has over 20% obesity. Every state. Colorado held up the longest, but it didn't last forever. You guys aren't going to see that. The other part of this is not just like your health plan, but it's also your employee engagement. So there's a writer of those business books, Kurt Kaufman. You only read him when you're bored on an airplane. But he came up with the term cave employees, constantly against virtually everything. I know you know these people in your office. I hope none of you are those people. But it's about building a culture and identity. And I think people often assume that everybody hates their company. But so Virgin Pulse Today study last year, 74% of respondents actually love or at least feel pretty good about their company. The gap is that only 25% felt their company loves them back. So part of wellness is about how you engage your people back and how you invest in your people. It's important. So why do I kind of make fun of Wellness 2.0? So Wellness 1.0 and what's different? It's not just about how much money you can spend to buy fancy portals and challenges and coaching. That's not what it's really about. And frankly, if you don't have any participants in your program, why is your boss giving you the money to buy this stuff? So every time I talk wellness, and some of you I've talked with about this, I always bring up a whiteboard. It's a whiteboard posted at the front entrance of a 200-employee office at a company called Blinds.com. And it's probably one of the most effective wellness programs I've ever seen, and one of the cheapest, $50. So employees, anonymously with their name attached, they walk up to the whiteboard at the front entrance of the office and they write down their health and life goals. It doesn't matter what it is, it doesn't matter when they achieve it. But there's all these interesting things that are really required for a good wellness program: gamification, you can get the game out of things, accountability, building camaraderie. And this whiteboard at the front entrance of their office had all of those elements. Not everybody's Blinds.com, it's not going to work for everybody, but an interesting idea, you don't spend $100,000. So I'm going to go through the steps of how you go about building a real wellness program from the ground up, and not just asking for a bunch of money. This makes sense for you if you don't currently have a wellness program, or if you don't have any participants in your wellness program, which I know some of your companies don't. So year one, it's about getting engagement and participation. Stop buying stuff if you don't have anybody that's using it. So year one, it's like putting dessert on the menu of a nice restaurant that nobody ever goes to. Year one, it's getting a benchmark for your participation. It's getting your bosses to pre-commit to a budget when you have people participating. And it's also about getting feedback from your employees about what they want. Because again, not everybody's Blinds.com, not everybody's to be you have to go to your current culture. Year one, I'll give you a simple idea. I can't go through every possible idea, but it's just about getting participation. So imagine if at every one of your office locations, you had an employee volunteer to help with a bicycling club, walking through whatever. You support it not with a bunch of money, but by letting your employees off if they participate an hour early, 1 day a week. No big deal. At the end of a year, you have them participate in a charity ride like the MS ride. Fantastic way. Don't buy something if you can't get anybody to participate in that. Year two, now you have participants in your wellness program. So now you go to your boss and say, boss, you told me last year if I got people to participate, you're going to give me this budget. You have that predetermined. You take that money, you buy your health portals, you do that stuff you want, and you get health screenings, but you don't just do this stuff and throw it out there. You actually do something with it. You're incorporating it into your company. So a $50 medical plan contribution that you get if you participate in the wellness program and get your screening done. That way you're getting those people in year two you didn't get in year one because now they got a little skin in the game. Year three, this is where you're going to blow every wellness program out there out of the water. Nobody's doing this, sadly. Results-based, outcomes-based wellness. That means based on year-over-year improvements in screenings results and biometric results, you're actually modifying their contribution. That's a program that gets people engaged and just isn't just asking your boss for a bunch of money.